For today's video, I'm going to be recreating Nicki Minaj's VMA MTV Award looks. Yes, honey, looks. Because Nicki was serving all types of looks in the pre-game, which is hints, which kind of inspired this look. But because Nicki is so super duper extra, of course she changed her look to perform, so we're going to be creating that look as well. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give me 2 thumbs up. Also, if you did like this look, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Click that bell for post notifications. Without further ado, if you want to see how I transformed myself into Nicki Minaj, just keep on watching. Alright guys, let's get started by using my Badescu spray. My skin has been really freaking out as of late. And you know, I just don't know what is going on other than I've been trying tons of new skincare products and I really don't think that they're agreeing. So hence my friend. I am actually going to go ahead and start with my skincare with using the Estee Lauder Skin Refinisher. This is the Idealist. It's one of my holy grail products. It acts as a makeup primer. It also exfoliates the skin. So where I am having a little bit of a breakout, it smooths over that. Then I need to moisturize. I need to moisturize. And I know you guys are going to say, hey, Kiana, you are pulling your skin too tough. But guess what? I don't feel like I'm pulling it tough. I really feel like I'm getting the moisturizer in there. So how about this? Do as I say, not as I do. And you know what? The residue of moisturizer, put it on your hands. It saves them too. Now let's go ahead and zoom in. I'm going to grab one of my Anastasia of Beverly Hills. This is the Dip Brow product in the shade Caramel. In Nicki's look, I noticed that she didn't have a super dark brow, even when she was wearing her hair, you know, in the ponytails. And I just thought the look was so classic, so elegant, but still very fierce. And I mean, if you guys know me, you know that I really don't care a lot about doing my brows. But if you see what the other side look like, you'll see why we have to perfect them. I'm going to move in with one of my new favorite concealers. This one is by Sistar Cosmetics, and I just love how smooth this is. And I want to say that this is going to be coming to a beauty supply store near you. Love this concealer. You can see how it is gliding across my lid and getting rid of all of the veininess. And I'm just going to pop just a little bit right on top of my brow. Not enough to look like I'm carving them out, but just enough to make sure that I move any residue of product that shouldn't be there. And I'm just going back in and filling out more on my lid before I go in with my Jacklyn Hill palette. I'm going to start with using a taupe transition shade right in the center of my lid, and then I'm just going to move all the way into that transition area. And you'll see that I'm going to move this really quick because really ultimately this look is defined by the wing that's going to be coming up last in this look. So I'm just really packing in my transition area just to kind of re-carve it back. I am going to grab one of my Stilazzi palettes. This shade is called Private Island. This is actually a blush and highlight palette, but guess what? I'm using it as an eyeshadow today. That shade Private Island is gorge. And then I'm going to grab another Stilazzi product. This is the Borderline Gel Liner in the shade Smoky Quartz, because I like to create a smoky backdrop to my wing. So I'm just going to go ahead and carve out my lid just a little bit. And because this is cream going on a lot of powder shadow, it's going to grab just a little bit. Don't worry about it. I like the product because it does set very nicely. So you just have to work with it really quickly, and I'll come back later after I get the wing done and detail it out. So oftentimes your smoky eyes look just like this, ladies. Before you get done with them, don't panic. You just have to make sure that you go back in and detail them out. So I'm going back in with a little bit of concealer. Sorry, that mirror is in the way, but I am going to cut that crease. I'm going back into Private Island. I'm going to pack it into that lid just to kind of give it a little bit more depth. And then I'm going to use one of the highlighting shades, and I want to say this is Rum. And I'm just going to continue to carve out that cut crease, and then I'm going in with one of the Glow products by NYX, and you'll see why I'm actually projecting that lid. Now this is the scary part for most people because Nicki's wing is so fierce, but you have to remember someone else is doing Nicki's wing. Now I'm sure she can do her wings super fierce because she has really perfected this look on pictures. However, it is so much easier for someone else to do your wing. Like, I can slam anyone's wing, but doing it on my own lid, ooh girl, it takes a little bit of time, girl. So I like to carve her out, using a liquid liner first. This one is by NYX. It's a vinyl liner. And the reason that I start here first is because I can easily clean this up. It's not waterproof, which is good for me cleaning it up, but you'll see that I'm going to come back and detail the wing out later after I sketch it out with a waterproof product. So I don't typically start with waterproof, but girl, if you can slay your wing with one try, knock yourself out, it's not my thing. I take my time because this look can be really, really cute if it's done right, or it can be really like, oh my God, what in the world am I doing? So you see that I'm spending a lot of time just detailing it out, just sculpting it, crafting the wing, making sure both of them are as balanced as possible. And I'll be the first to tell you, my eyes are not as balanced as they once used to be. Call it middle age, call it old age. I'll just call it, you know what? We're having creative differences right now. So you'll see that I'm going to go back in and I'm going to continue to detail it out, changing your brushes. Just take your time when you're creating this look. Now I'm going to actually go in and clean this skin up. I'm using a little bit of color corrector. Again, this is by Sistar Cosmetics. I love this color corrector. Super duper smooth, super creamy. You see that I'm going to wet a foundation brush and I'm just going to flatten the color corrector out. Then I'm going to go in with a new favorite. This is by Moira Cosmetics. It is their Mega Concealer. Again, I love this concealer and I'm putting tons of it on because I'm going to do all of the highlighting and contouring underneath my foundation, which is why I'm just kind of going in and making myself look like, I don't know what, maybe a painting, maybe? Too much? Too soon? Okay, so I'm just going to flatten this out with a damp Morphe sponge. The sponge is huge, but I love that it has sharp lines on the sponge itself, so it does help me clean my makeup up, especially when I am racing against the clock of my battery life on my camera. Next, I'm going to go in with, this is Rich Cocoa, I believe, by Glamorous Cosmetics. It's one of the foundation sticks that I use as contour. And you see that I am just sculpting this skin out and everything is still nice and damp. So I'm going to get all of this contour done before I go in with my foundation. And some of you would probably want to stop here. You want to probably set it with powder. But I mean, did it look like Nicki's makeup artist cut any corners, girls? No, it didn't. So you have thousands of light bulbs coming at you at one time. You want to make sure that you highlight, contour, conceal, and cover, honey, because the camera does cut about 30% of the makeup. So yeah, you want to leave it some to cut out. Just going to go back in now. I'm using my Danessa Myricks. This is her foundation. It is amazing. Perfectly designed for pictures, yep, and everyday wear. But when I tell you this foundation is everything, it was definitely one of my favorite foundations of 2017. Of course, it's still part of my Holy Grail collection. I am obsessed with this foundation, but I really just only pull it out on special occasions now because I think that this foundation does create a different type of slayage. And you know what? When I'm just at home kicking it with the kids, it's not my everyday foundation. This is full glam foundation. I'm going to go ahead and set underneath the eye area using my RCMA powder. Therefore, I don't have any flashback where I pat that concealer on. And I'm just going to lightly dust it in other areas that might feel a little damp. And then I'm going back in with my contouring brush, not adding any more product, and just kind of re-emphasizing where I did contour and just blending everything in. Now I'm going to grab my Cozzette contouring palette. Look at that contouring palette, you guys. Like, it has cool colors and warm shades, so it's one shade for everyone. But if you're like me, I just kind of dance all around the palette, where I want to be a little bit warmer, where I need to be a little bit cooler. It is the one-stop shop palette. I'm obsessed with it, and of course I'm really going to adjust this 5 head that I have here. If your forehead is not as dominant, you probably don't have to spend as much time contouring around it. But yeah, now I want to set all this makeup magic with my Cozzette. This was a pressed powder, but I dropped it a few days ago, so now it is a loose powder, and she still works just fine. Dusting all over and going back into my Stilazzi blush palette, creating just a little bit of highlight. And now I'm going to go ahead and just re-detail out that wing, any powder that landed on it, any concealer that hit that edge. I'm just going to sharpen her back up and make it super duper intense. And this is a waterproof all day liner. It's by Glamorous Cosmetics. It's in the shade Midnight Black, and it actually holds glitter as well. Can you see how samurai-ish that wing is? Come on, girl. Now, I'm going back in with Smoky Quartz. Yes, it's a gel liner, but I use it as lip liner. I also use it as eyebrow product, and I can use it as contour too, honey. So when you're spending your money, you want to make sure that the products are multifunctional. Next, I'm going to grab Irresistible by Estee Lauder, and then I'm going to go in with this nude shade. I can't remember her name, but it will be in the description box. This is by MAC Cosmetics, and just going to take that lip back a little bit more nude-ish. And I didn't show the clip where I added some gloss on it, but I will leave that in the description box as well, what gloss I use. There you have Nicki's first look. Yes, Kiana, you better serve it, girl. Who is she? She's trying to be Nicki, honey. We're gonna do a quick wig switch, and yeah, change the jewels, change the shirt. And this look is what I call a little too golden for this red lip. It has a lot of pink to it. Don't worry about it. We're going to neutralize a lot of that pink. I'm going to go in and change the eye like Nicki's makeup artist did. I'm using my Stila gel liners, and they're more so a glitter liner. I just call them gel liners, but they're kind of a glitter liner. And it had a lot of gold, because I do remember that Nicki's look from the award ceremonies or award show really reflected gold. So I'm just going to pack this gold on, and it has a lot of glitter flakes to it, but it doesn't drop and make a mess. So I love this. If you're going to be using glitter, this is one of my new favorite tricks on how to project that lid and how to kind of change the look really quickly. So just going to re-scope out that cut crease and pull away some of that pinkiness that the eyeshadow left originally. And then I'm going to buff over the skin, flatten it out, downplay some of that pink, and there you have Nicki's second look. And of course, we're rocking the Fenty Stunner lipstick. I mean, yeah, slay, honey. She's blonde, she can be a brunette, she can be a black. I mean, Nicki just serves looks, honey. So I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it 2 thumbs up. Until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hugs and kisses. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.